Hey there, it's Miriam here at Mobile Congress 2017, and I'm here with Peter Lancia of Qualcomm. He's the head of communications at Qualcomm, and we're going to talk about Gigabit LTE, right? That's what I want to talk about, because there's a lot of misconceptions and misunderstandings about what that really means. It just seems like such a buzzword, right? I also want to quickly talk about some of the things that were announced that are relevant to consumers here that have some Qualcomm technology in them, maybe like the Sony Xperia phone with Snapdragon 835. You know, just overview kind of quick. But what is your take on Gigabit LTE? How is it going to make a difference?
Sure. Well, big at the show, this is a big connectivity show, and there's a lot of talk about 5G. And there's a lot of talk also about Gigabit LTE, and we see Gigabit LTE really as on the path to 5G. And there's a couple things that are happening that really drive, we think, the need and the desire for Gigabit LTE. One of the things that's kind of interesting is some operators have gone from unlimited data back to limited data plans, back to now back to unlimited. And that's really significant because it kind of goes to show the demand from the consumers. And when people think about Gigabit LTE, you often think about what the consumer experience is going to be. No one ever complains about faster data rates. But also consider if you're downloading a 50 meg file, the quicker you download that file, the quicker that actually frees up the capacity back to the operators. So Gigabit LTE, not only is it a consumer experience, but it really helps drive the economics from an operator perspective.
Right, and it's something people don't even think about. You know, I keep saying this to people about IoT, because I do a lot of IoT consulting, and it's like I tell them, look, yeah, you know, 2G and 3G might be cheaper today, but ultimately you're using more bandwidth, and I think LTE is going to be a really great future for IoT. Simple, if you want to just send a burst of data, it takes like a nanosecond to send, you know, a few bytes of data. Whether like it, you know, opening up the channel for a second or two for 2G, sending out that data, closing it all up, and I guess it's the same thing at a bigger scale with Gigabit LTE, right?
Absolutely, and also, I mean, so Gigabit LTE, it's we announced the product, the first product for our chipset a year ago with our X16 modem, and it's actually in commercial service now in Telstra, Australia.
Right.
Just launched this month, and you're starting to see a lot more commitments for different operators around the world to actually go trial or launch this year. So we're at really the beginning of this new transition. And on top of that, we last week announced a new Gigabit LTE, our second Gigabit LTE chip, the X20 modem, which supports up to 1.2 gigabits per second.
Cool. So explain to the viewers, because I think there's a lot of confusion around this. 5G versus Gigabit LTE, is it a part of it? Is it a separate thing? Because right now we're looking at an LTE technology that I think kind of falls into the realm of 5G, but it's not a millimeter wave yet, right? Which I think also falls in the realm of 5G. So do you want to explain that a little bit?
Yeah. So Gigabit LTE, and I'm using the word LTE as part of the LTE standard, which is defined in 3GPP. And so what you're seeing is continued enhancement in the LTE standard that will continue even as we start developing 5G and are developing 5G. So we expect when 5G networks get deployed, like any other network that's been deployed in the past, you don't have full coverage in the beginning. Gigabit LTE will be an essential part to provide the fallback when you're outside of 5G coverage. Now 5G in itself, so some people, by the way, might say a certain speed required means 5G. It's really not about the speed itself.
It's not about that anymore.
But 5G is a huge topic here at Mobile World Congress. And so what big announcement that happened this week is 22 different companies announced that they're going to work together in terms of accelerating the 3GPP NR standard. And NR standard stands for New Radio. And that's a really big milestone. A vote will be taking place next week to actually formalize that.
Wow.
But commitment from 22 companies that cross from operators to infrastructure vendors to silicon suppliers really says a lot about the demand from the operators to actually want to go out and deploy 5G faster. And so as part of this commitment, the plan is to bolden the standard such that large-scale trials and deployments can actually happen in 2019 versus previously it was talked about 2020.
Wow, that's cool. So we have seen 2 Gigabit LTE phones here well, at least behind boxes, because I think they're connected directly to cell infrastructure using cables for reasons of compliance. The Xperia, the Sony Xperia XZ, no, what is it? ZX Premium, I think, is the model. And then, of course, ZTE has a phone which nobody knows anything about.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in a rubber case, so we don't even know what it looks like.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool because we are seeing the beginning of that. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, that Sony phone is the world's first right now with Snapdragon 835. Not device, but phone.
Correct.
And so, I'm sure we can expect more 835 devices. The other thing I noticed a big trend of is a lot of Qualcomm Snapdragon 430 devices at the show, like the Nokia devices, and a lot of 625 devices, like the key one from BlackBerry, and of course the new Moto G5 or G5 Plus.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's it seems that you have an ace chipset in every category right now, and I think that's very exciting because personally I think the 625 is one of my favorite because it's a really good balance of everything. And I mean, what I was going to ask you regarding that is, you talked to me earlier about the Snapdragon 2100 on smartwatches, basically just being a derivative of another chip. And I think you guys do a lot of that to customize your core IP into other areas like automotive and wearables and stuff. Can you talk a little bit about that and how significant that is for Qualcomm?
Yeah, sure. I mean, one of the strategies for Qualcomm is to develop in the core mobile business and then leverage those investments across multiple different categories. And one of the reasons why that's valuable and important is because the scale and innovation, the pace of innovation in mobile is so fast, it allows you to leverage that technology into new aspects and new product lines. So to your point, Miriam, we announced the 835. We always said that devices would be coming to market in the first half of 2017. Here at Mobile World Congress, 2 companies did announce specific smartphones. We do expect more to be coming, so you have to stay patient with that. And to go back to your point about different tiers of products, I mean, that's been our strategy all along is how do we take some of our investments and then start trickling down those features to lower, more affordable tiers. And I think those devices you explained, it's just a culmination of that strategy of developing at a certain tier and then a year later bringing some of those features that were at a higher tier to a different chipset.
Cool. Well, listen, thanks for your time. I want to wrap it up because it's a pretty decent sized video and there's a lot of good stuff in there. So thanks so much for your time again.
You need your Gigabit LTE.
You're right. I mean, this camera is not even connected. It's so old. But yeah, thanks for your time, Peter. Appreciate it again. And again, stay tuned for more here from Mobile Congress 2017. Cheers.
Thank you.